The Harlem Globetrotters are on Eagle in the morning. Lord Styles, Rosenberg, give it up for the Harlem Globetrotters.
He's so handsome.
Wait, what was that? Excuse me?
No, this is, I heard somebody said it outside.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Zeus McClurkin with the world famous Harlem Globetrotters.
There you go. And then we got a young man by the name of?
FlightTime.
Your mama calls you FlightTime.
Oh, my mom calls me Seneca. But she
Seneca.
also named me Herb after my dad. But we're going to roll with FlightTime for now.
All right, FlightTime while you're on the job.
Yeah.
The family calls you Herbert.
Yes, that's right.
All right, I respect it.
Mom call you Herbert, I'm gonna call you Herbert.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man, but
Come
not
on
at
now.
work. She probably calls him FlightTime at work.
Yo, with the name FlightTime, he sounds like he could be in Migos. All set, take off, flight time. Yo, that's perfect. You should join the Migos, man.
So you guys got some games coming up. We wanted to make sure that, obviously kids, families, they all come out to the Harlem Globetrotters. Salute to the whole organization.
And get to see good basketball for once in New York, because you don't get to see good basketball or a win. And you can pretty much guarantee a win here, all right? Who you guys playing?
We're playing a team called the World All-Stars.
The World All-Stars?
The World All-Stars,
They sound good, but I like the Globetrotters odds. And Prudential Center, and then on Sunday they're at the Garden. So if you finally want to see a win by a team wearing blue in the Garden on Sunday, you're almost guaranteed to have that happen. And it's great. And it's a great time for the whole
And
thing.
it's great for Black History Month because the Harlem Globetrotters obviously one of the first all-black basketball teams when black people couldn't even play in the National Basketball Association. You had the Harlem Globetrotters. So
absolutely, yeah.
part of that
91
history.
years now, part of that history.
Well,
I've
that's
been
amazing.
a part of it for 18 years. Zeus has been around for about 5 years. So, I mean, it's definitely a great honor to be a part of a team that's been around so long, and especially, Black History Month.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
fantastic.
So FlightTime, Herbert. FlightTime, Herbert.
FlightTime.
FlightTime, yeah, at work. As a part of the, Harlem Globetrotters organization, you said 18 years.
18 years.
How is, I guess, the transition, with street ball and all these other basketball avenues, how do a lot of those players come through the Harlem Globetrotters and participate? Like, how do you guys vet who's involved or not?
Well, I mean, in my 18 years, I have actually played with some of those guys who, been a part of street ball. Eighth Wonder was one of the guys that played with us, Headache, Bone Collector, some of those guys. But, I mean, there's so many different brands of basketball around the world. You got the Euro Leagues, you got the NBA, you had N1, and you got the Globetrotters. So those guys who had a chance to play with us are great basketball players. But, everybody's career, they're not lucky enough to last 18 years. You have to be kind of a different kind of person. But we as Globetrotters, we consider ourselves innovators of the game of basketball. We're, popularized things like behind-the-back pass, the three-point shot. And this year, we're actually going to be the first team to play with a 4-point line. So we're actually putting a 4-point line on the court each and every night that we play, and that shot is about 30 feet from the basket.
Yeah.
That's what I call Rosenberg range. So let's get to the real subject.
Rosenberg range.
That's my range.
I like that.
Can't wait to see that.
Let's get to the real
Oh,
subject.
you're going to see it on ESPN at 7 p.m.
Friday night. That's
Rosenberg will be playing in the NBA Celebrity All-Star, which is All-Star Jace.
That's right.
It's not quite.
It's a celebrity game.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, FlightTime, you played in the game.
Yeah, I did.
And so you know what this experience is like.
Yeah.
What year did you play and who was in the game?
I played, I think it was, I want to say it was 2011. Alonzo Mourning was the coach, and Drake was the coach on the opposite team. But I have a little scratch up here on the top of my head. I'm not sure if you can see that, but Common did that. I was taking him to the basket.
Well, you was mad because y'all have the same head.
Y'all the same head. He tried to take you out.
He was like, this dude looked like me. Let me mark him up a little bit. So he put a nice little scratch across my head. But it's a lot of fun, though.
What advice would you give? Here's my theory, and you tell me how what you feel about this.
Okay.
I believe my number one goal, I have two goals. Don't get hurt. Don't make a total ass of myself. And lastly, if I do make an ass of myself, make it by my choice, because I'm trying to make an ass of myself.
Right.
So included in that is there is when you weigh everything out in life, I believe in a philosophy called risk versus reward. And I believe playing intense defense in a celebrity game, the risk is far too high for the reward. Because the reward would be what? Stopping someone from scoring a celeb game? Who cares? The risk of ending up on House of Highlights, falling over yourself face down onto the ground.
Achilles.
And I'm dealing. How do you know? That worries me.
When you get old,
I'm worried about
I'm 40 now, so
Are you
I know
feeling the
about
Achilles
the
stuff?
Achilles. No, my Achilles is fine now, but I know
You've seen
certain things that I shouldn't be doing.
Right,
that I
just
used to be able
to be
do.
mindful of.
Right.
So real quick, do you agree that playing aggressive defense is a surefire way to play yourself?
I agree that you shouldn't play aggressive defense, and you should just hang around in the passing lanes, because the passes, people aren't, you don't have, so you can get in the lanes and get some layups.
Get you a fast break done.
See, I told you he was going to get 2 easy layups.
I don't want a fast break. If I get a fast break, I'm pulling up from 3. How about that?
Just play some I'm not paying attention.
I'm about to say, hey, you know what I'm going to say, bro? I promise you, if I get a breakaway, I'm pulling up from 3 and saying,
You're a liar.
no, whoops. Damn it, I'm saying this.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside at 3.
Exactly. I don't want to go all the way to the basket. I'm worried about missing layups. See, I think that's in my philosophy of risk versus reward. The risk of bricking a layup, horrible. The reward of making a layup, not that high. You gotta. I gotta break that down.
You're just gonna pull up.
Pull up.
Okay.
Because I think the more I pull up, when you miss it, people are like, oh, well, that was a deep shot.
Unless it's an air
Make it.
ball.
Unless it's an air ball, bro. A lot of factors here. And also, I have to stay away from. When you played, did you play it like a globetrotter? Like you had fun and did tricks?
Oh no, I was hooping.
Or you were straight
I
hooping?
was trying to get buckets.
Oh yeah, so I would have stayed
trying to
away from
win.
you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
stay away. So I stay
Yeah.
away from Baron Davis.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Baron Davis is gonna try to embarrass you.
I know, and he knows me
He's
too, so he's definitely gonna try to
that.
embarrass me.
Yeah.
Yep.
The WNBA players, they go hard.
Don't let Candace Parker block your shot. Is she on your team?
No, I'm playing against one WNBA player.
Yeah.
Candace is on your
Candace
team.
on
That's
my
good
team.
for you.
Well,
That's
you
good
good
look.
then.
All
Yeah.
right, that's my
Okay,
fam right
all
there.
I don't know about that. That was a stretch, but
Well,
That's your fam.
I'm playing with
Right
I'm
on.
playing with white chocolate.
White chocolate. Okay.
Now I have one concern about that is I sort of believe that I'm
you're
the
not.
white
Nope.
chocolate.
You white or chocolate?
No,
I'm the
no,
whiter
no.
chocolate. Right.
Let me tell you something right now.
He's whiter than me too.
He's gonna
so-
hate your guts.
You light chocolate.
You think so?
He's gonna hate you
Why?
the same way you hate white rappers. He's gonna hate you. He's gonna be like, I don't like this guy. I'm
He's gonna
supposed to
think
like
of
him.
He's gonna think of me
Self-hate.
the way you think of.
You're a liar.
I mean the way you think of.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna hate you.
I don't think so. He's white. He's really white. He's white chocolate. I'm like
Light
Jewish chocolate. It's light, but there's like a little sprinkle of a little something in there. So any other sage words of advice to just being careful? What injury wise? What do I do to avoid injury?
Don't play tough defense.
That's the number one way
Yeah,
you think.
don't play tough defense.
And don't why bother
Make
going
sure
for
you
rebounds?
stretch.
Oh, I'm a
Make sure
stretch
you
all
stretch.
day.
Yeah.
I've been stretching.
Hey, start stretching now. Actually,
I have. No, I'm
On the
during commercials.
plane,
I'm stretching.
Achilles,
Wouldn't you say
Achilles.
too in that when you're not playing tough defense, another thing is you don't want to trail the break either. You want to be cherry picking, like already waiting down. Just already wait down there. Don't even come past half court.
Good point. What's
Just
the
wait
point?
down there.
Find somebody in the audience that you know and act like you're waving them. Then they
Right,
get the
right.
rebound. Yeah,
Well, and there's a couple children playing. I figure maybe I could D up one of the children.
No, that could end up bad.
Oh,
That's
it's a
gonna
very good
backfire
point.
on you.
It's a very
What if they
because
put a
if-
move on you?
Because if the kid from Blackish,
No, he'll punk you. He might push you, like literally push you and start a fight with you.
you think the kid from Blackish did? You already played with this kid. Yeah, Miles. Miles Brown.
Oh, yeah.
What do I need to know about him?
I didn't see him play. Actually, I didn't play in that game. I was out in Cali, right? Yeah.
Mr. Whiteman, sir, what's your name? What's your name?
Eric.
Did you do any scouting on Miles, Eric?
Yeah, he had a pretty Miles had a good handle.
Okay.
And he can hit a jump shot.
Oh,
Yep.
How old is he?
I think he's 10.
All right. So I got to be careful with him too, because you don't want to play yourself getting a kid.
I think y'all about the same height too.
I know. That's what worries
so
me.
wait a minute, Rosenberg.
Yes.
You were looking at Miles, scouting Miles as someone you were going to take advantage of, the children. So you had
Whoa.
already identified a child.
Please don't describe it as I am taking advantage of children.
This
No,
sounds so fun.
you act like I was gonna be like,
Catch me outside. How about that?
and be like, yo, I have a van, I have lots of. That's not what I meant. I was looking for someone who I could D up and not have to
D
worry.
up, really? You're going to D up
No,
a kid?
no, no.
Well done.
That's not the one.
How do I put this?
Well done.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just looking for someone who I wouldn't be made a fool of.
Got it.
And so here's the team I have to play
take
against.
advantage of a
I have
child.
to worry about Miles Brown. I have to worry about Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban could ball a little bit though. I was watching. He's not terrible. Mark Cuban could
And
play.
he
a
might
little.
start a fight. I can see him starting a fight with
That
you,
might be
too.
somebody you can get the ball from. D him up.
Yeah.
I have to play against Master P and Lil Romeo.
Don't do it. Stay away.
If Lil
Problem.
Romeo comes near me, I'm walking the other direction. I'm not getting iced up by Lil
P2?
Romeo.
You don't want that.
Percy, you don't want it with Percy Miller?
Nah. Now, especially now that he's developed the old man JCC moves.
Yeah.
He could back me down. There's so many different things that could happen. Candace Parker, I'm playing against her. I don't like that at all. Celebrity chef Aaron Sanchez. You guys know anything?
Nothing.
Actor Tom Cavanaugh.
Never heard of him.
Have you heard of the
Who that?
Chinese performer Jiang Jinfu?
No, but if he's a performer, he's probably nice.
Anyway, so these are the things I'm concerned about. What about a trick? Could you guys teach me a trick that I could bust out this weekend?
I mean, any behind the back pass should work in this game. Nobody will be expecting it. You
And
gotta
I actually have a
put some-
very
you gotta
clean
put some
behind the
pace-
back
look,
pass.
When you make your passes, put some pace on them. Don't do the lazy passes.
Yo, it is so true that you're so funny you say that because
Put
the
some
other day
pace on 'em.
I was playing the other day, and as you get older and you're not playing, you forget that you guys are athletes. You wouldn't understand, but maybe you would actually, because I'm sure it still decreases even for athletes.
Oh, yeah.
The other day I was on the break and I had a moment, and I know the spot in which I could hit it around the back pass, and I did. and I was so slow from brain to pass that by the time the ball was here, I was like, oh, this is getting intercepted and going the other way. And it did. And I couldn't stop myself. I'd already started.
He's moving in slow motion.
It's slow
Yeah.
motion. Now, you've been playing 18 years.
Shot fakes too. Shot fakes will work.
Well, because people are eager to play defense.
Yes.
Especially on you because they think you're short and they're gonna block your
And
shot.
they know you
Pump
want
fake, they're going every day.
And they know
Step,
you want.
pop.
And they know that you want to get caught outside. How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once I hit the pump fake, don't fly
Shot
right
fake,
past
yeah. Then
me.
you go inside on them.
I don't
Rosenberg,
wanna go
can you do any tricks?
I don't
Maybe you
wanna go
could
inside.
entertain the people to become like a fan favorite. Can you spin the ball on your finger?
If they start and probably put it on my finger, then maybe I
Go
can
ahead,
do
Zeus. You got
Here
it.
you
Try
go.
it out?
Hook me up. Which finger is it? What do I do again?
Not
Are you
this one.
right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
All right, hold your right index finger up.
Yep.
Perfect. That's the television finger.
I got this.
There
Yep.
you go.
No
You
problem.
said it's a television finger. What's that mean?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That was
Money,
terrible.
money.
Why couldn't it?
Don't worry
Why?
about
What
it.
happened?
How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Nah, I hate that. See, that was one of those uses of it that I hate.
You just really don't like it.
All right, sorry, but that was pretty good. That one
No,
like
it was terrible.
It was bad.
Harlem Globetrotters. If you want to go
Yeah.
see them, how do they do it?
Well, I mean, you can go to our website, harlemglobetrotters.com, to get tickets, check it out. But we'll be at Prudential Center this Friday night, and we'll also be at the Garden Sunday night at 7 p.m. On Monday, we have 2 shows.
You said Prudential Center. That's in
Prudential
Newark,
Center
New Jersey.
in Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. Remember when you guys had the Nets, and they used to go to the playoffs, and it was like great basketball used to happen over there periodically?
Throwback days.
It's kind of back. I mean,
Well,
this
and
is-
most of the time they lost. So they went to the
that was
playoffs.
a few years.
A few years, but more than often than not, the Nets were terrible. The Globetrotters are good. Furthermore, what if Charles Oakley shows up to want to see you guys play at the Garden? How would you feel?
Well, it's an unfortunate situation that happened, but I wouldn't have a problem with Charles Oakley coming
He'd be
to check
welcome
us
to see
out.
you guys play.
The cool thing about the Globetrotters is we're everybody's home team, so I think everybody will enjoy seeing us. So we have no problem.
Oh,
performing
you
in
got a
front of
place to go now. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about the
He
Garden.
catch one of those 2 games on Monday, 12 and 6
But let's be
p.m.
honest, if he tried to play, he let's be honest, Oak, even in his prime, couldn't be on the Globetrotters. Let's just keep it 100.
Well,
He
if
can set
you
some
guys
nice
needed an
screens.
enforcer,
Yeah,
He said,
set
if you
some
needed
screens.
if you really want to physically beat down the Generals, like you just had enough trash talk. Are the Generals still around?
Actually, we're playing a team called the World All-Stars.
So there's no more Generals?
They got
All right,
tired of
now.
losing the last 60 years.
What a job that was. Honey, guess what?
hey.
I made the league. What team are you on? The Generals.
Hey, depending on how you play in this celebrity game, we might have a spot for you too.
Oh, okay. Give me a goal. Tell me what I need to do to get the opportunity to play in a Globetrotters
Let's
game.
see. How many points? Get them about. So you get like 8 points. We'll think
That's
about it.
That's a fair number, I
We'll
think.
think about it, right?
If you hit a
maybe we can
4-point
get you in the
shot-
game next year or something. When we
Okay,
come back.
if I could get
All
8
right, but
points.
how
we
about
can get
this?
like 8 points.
All right, all right.
Herbert, Flight Time.
What up?
How about if he hits a 3-pointer?
That's the only way I'm getting to 8 points. So that's
Have
not
you
even.
ever hit a 3-pointer in your life?
Disrespect. All right.
A 3 and a layup.
All right, Globetrotters, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Give it up for him.